Hello, hello, and welcome to the Flathead Valley Real Estate Market Recap. I'm Ryan Norris, and I'm joined by
Austin Baumgarten.
And as you know, we do the market recap every month here. We talk about everything that's happening real estate related here in the Flathead Valley. It's residential, commercial, land. I think that covers everything. Yeah. And we try to give you the numbers every month and keep you up to speed on what's doing here. This is going to be our last episode of the year, but we will be joining you in the first week of January, where we will do a whole year recap.
Yep. Got to recap all 2024.
Yeah, we'll try to do something a little bit more robust and give you an idea of how everything trended over the year. But right now, we're going to just go over, or in a short while, we're going to go over the month of November. Okay. And in January, we'll capture December and the entire year. But it is the holidays. I hope everyone got their shopping done. Everybody's ready for Christmas. Did you get everything done?
No.
No?
Almost. I mean, we're doing good.
Okay.
We're ahead of the game, and a couple days ahead of the game is good for the Baumgartens.
I braved Black Friday.
You did?
And I went out and I got all my decorations and I got most of my gifts. Got the house decorated.
Nice.
I'm ahead of it. It feels kind of nice to just relax for the rest of the month of December.
Good stuff, yeah. We had some more gift giving to do, but we did get the holiday decorations done. That was all day Sunday, which was a lot of fun.
Nice. Speaking of gifts.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, I mean, that's the thing. We do have some big stuff going on.
Yeah.
We're actually doing our client appreciation gifts are going to be coming out pretty soon, and we've got everything ready now. And basically, it's going to be a gauntlet of the next couple of weeks because we've got, over 400 different clients and people we're working with that we're going to be delivering to locally and across the United States. So we're going to be little elves.
Yeah.
Which is fun. It's actually it's truly like one of my favorite times of the year, even though it's a lot. It's just like, it's just a great time to be able to talk to clients and meet them on their front porch.
Yeah, I think maybe it was coincidental, but maybe that's why I got everything done ahead of time.
Knowing what happened last year?
Knowing what the last couple of years have been like, trying to cram that in around the holidays. But
I think you were delivering still on the 24th last year.
I might have been.
I think, yeah. I was like one of those things. So if we get it done in the first 2 weeks, we're winning.
Yeah, this is great. So we're ahead of it. We can go into Christmas and take it easy and spend some time with the family. You guys doing anything fun?
You know what? Actually, I'm staying pretty local here. I know Carly's going to be heading out for a little bit right before the holiday to a retreat. But yeah, we're staying close, and most of the family's here, getting together with like 3 different events. But it's kind of nice not to have to travel, to be honest with you.
Yeah, likewise, I'm going to be around. And then after Christmas, going to head back east and go see some music and celebrate the new year. Well, a little jam band from Vermont.
Oh, does it rhyme with the fish?
It does rhyme with the fish.
With the PH?
Yeah, so you guys can find me getting weird in Madison Square Garden for a 4-night run leading up to New Year's.
Oh, you're having a blast.
But before we go and have that fun,
we should get down to business.
Let's get down to business. Let's talk about the market.
Okay.
So last month in November, we had 751 active listings. And that's residential. Or is that everything?
No, so that's just going to be Flathead residential.
Just
so that's going to be
together.
Manufactured or single-family residential townhomes, condos.
Yeah. So 751 active listings. We had 109 new ones come to market, which was great.
Yeah.
It was pretty on par with October. We saw 90 go under contract. It was a small dip there. Mm-hmm. And we saw 113 close, also a little bit slower than October. Closed median price was $668,000, staying pretty level with everything else this year. From 0 to 648 of those close from 0 to $600,000.
Okay.
From 600,000 up to 999,000. We saw 36 close, and over $1 million, 28, which is the same.
It's the exact same as last month.
Yep. So
that's good.
And
that's actually probably why the median sales price went up about $9,000. A little bit,
yeah. But we're seeing we continue to see that $1 million plus they're selling.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's just take some time.
Yep. We have for land, we have 503 active land listings. Last month we saw 38 new ones come to market. 22 went under contract and 35 closed. Not much of a shakeup there. Pretty standard across the board. Commercial, 107 active commercial listings.
Okay.
We saw 15 new ones come to market, 8 under contract, and another 8 closed.
Okay.
So,
yeah, things traditionally are down a little bit here, which is normal. I mean, it's now December, so we're kind of seeing that in the fourth quarter. You know, some people are pulling them off the market, which we'll get into in just a minute.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to talk about real quick too is that I was talking to my coach. I was talking to some of my buyers. And I had a little bit of extra time in the past couple of weeks, which is kind of nice because usually I'm running and gunning. but I was doing some new scenarios for really trying to find some of my buyers' homes, and we were, really like diving into like the withdrawals, the expireds, the canceled listings, because there was nothing on market they found. Like I think I went on a tour with a couple of my clients. We saw 28 properties between 2 people in 4 days.
Wow.
It was a lot.
That's a lot.
And went under contract on one of them. A couple of the properties actually had multiple offers, which was just crazy because it's like, when it rains, it pours all of a sudden. So we missed out on a couple, but, got 1 out of 3. But anyway, so going into talking with my clients, I was like, well, let's try to find you something that's not quite on the market at this time. Let's try to find you a home. And so I really going granular, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because you and I were talking the other day about just like, how do we service our clients a little bit better?
Yep.
And the reality is, like, I know a lot of the markets in the Flathead Valley pretty cold. Like, if you give me the east side, I know exactly what those numbers are, days on market. I know like what the average price points are.
He absolutely does.
Yep.
Oftentimes we go to him before we go to the MLS.
Yeah, I mean, Silverbrook Estates, like what's built after 2020, there's a lot of different things that there's different, like, price per square foot. You got to add acreage and stuff like that. And also, I mean, like, you can have a big difference from 3 miles away of how much prices are selling, price per square foot, all across the board. So getting granular on clients and exactly what they're looking for in those neighborhoods is something I was talking to you about. And I think it's something to encourage, like, your agent, if you're working with another agent, to really get granular on those levels, to understand that it's not just this whole thing, this whole Flathead Valley market recap, because we have so many different markets within the markets.
Absolutely.
So anyway, just something we want to kind of throw out there as a little bit of a nugget. It's been really fun to do, and I feel like my buyers have been really excited about it. They're just like, wow, we didn't have anyone do that before. And I was like, you know what? I've done some of it before, but to have the time to really do it, it makes me want to have a best practice to doing it a little bit more.
Yeah. Another thing you brought up the other day that I think is interesting for you buyers out there and for you folks that are working with other agents, something to bring up to them is what you've been doing as far as finding people homes in neighborhoods that are expired or withdrawn, but they want to live in that neighborhood, and the service that you've been providing lately.
Okay.
And I actually brought that yesterday to that buyer consultation.
Oh, nice.
So like after our conversation, I immediately went in and met with those folks. And we did identify a couple neighborhoods that this lady liked. However, there's no houses for sale in there. So I was like, hey, we could do it like this too. Like, let's run with it. So it's something you can speak to that you've been doing, and it's something that we're going to continue to offer in the new year.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, it's actually our job to find you the house. Is the way I look at it. And a lot of times we put on auto emails, and we're seeing everything too, and so we find those homes.
Sure.
I mean, it's kind of rare that you actually find the person that house, and sometimes you find it by door knocking on someone saying, I have a specific buyer that really does want to buy here, and I don't ever want to lie about it. It's like, if I have a buyer, I'm going to go there and say, hey, this is what we got right here, and these
don't
are the
be
folks
that
really,
agent.
don't be the agent. Be like the magic buyer letter and being like, lying about it, because the reality is, it's nice if you have someone that's there. It feels good going and talking to the person. And then people usually don't throw you off their front doorstep either.
Yeah,
because
you're coming from contribution.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. So it's cool.
And then the feel goods of actually finding the needle in the haystack or finding that house off market, like that's pretty great.
That's what real estate, like, it actually gives you the warm fuzzies about what this job's about.
Yep. So excited to do that, do more of that.
Exactly.
So
well, and going into it, Ryan Norris last month was talking about the new categories we were talking about, which are withdrawn, canceled, and expireds, and also price reductions, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know if I'm a fortune teller, but the thing is,
call me Zohan.
I think he is, at least for this month.
I got it
so
right.
yeah, read those off, because we got some good changes.
It's a time of year, so it could be coincidental that these things happen. We will continue to monitor this, but we suspected that, after the election closing out, that these numbers would drop. And we're talking about withdrawns, expired, cancellations, and price reductions. And right on cue, we nailed it.
Yeah.
And I hope it continues. We see this trajectory going into the new year. But
great.
We saw 31 properties withdraw last month. That was pretty even. That was the only one that was even from October. And we saw 38 expire, which is nearly half of what was in the month previously. And we saw 62 cancel, a few less than the month before. And this is the big one, 150 price reductions, down from 195.
That's good.
So maybe it's the time of year. Maybe I'm a fortune teller. We won't know until next year. Right now, I'm going to feel good about that. I got it right.
Let's get some consistency in it and see what's really going to happen there. And I'm going to go back to withdrawn too. It's December.
Sure.
Snow flew. there's certain people that just don't necessarily want to have their properties on the market at this exact moment. So of course we're going to have two more.
He's
than we
ruining
did
my
last time.
He's ruining my parade.
No, with Ron, I totally understand, because the thing is, they're still active. They're just not being advertised.
Yeah.
So you can still sell it with an agent depending on what's going on.
Cool. Well,
is that it?
I think that's it. That's December/November, but we'll be back January 1 in that area, somewhere in that first week. Excuse me, I lied. It'll definitely be after January 2nd.
Well, happy holidays to all. I
holidays.
hope you guys have a good time with all the family, and we'll see you next year.
Awesome. Happy New Year.
See you, buddy.
Happy Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy
All the
New Year,
things.
All the things. Whatever. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you ready?
Yeah, it's just busted out. La 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 la.
Are you ready for it? Oh, yeah.